Have you ever seen someone traveling the world posting from Bali on Monday, Paris on Friday, and thought, how are they affording this? Because I used to think the same thing. At one point, I was living paycheck to paycheck, trying to pay off student loans, and had absolutely no clue how I'd ever see the world without going broke. Travel felt like a luxury reserved for influencers, digital nomads, or people with trust funds. But then something clicked. I discovered a budgeting strategy that completely flipped the script. It wasn't in any financial book or taught in school. But this one rule helped me save consistently, travel freely, and never fall into debt again. Let me share with you the hidden budget rule, the common budgeting mistake. Most of us are taught to budget like this. Get paid, pay bills, cover essentials, maybe save, maybe travel. Here's the brutal truth. There's never anything left for travel using this system, because life always finds a way to eat up the leftovers. So I flipped it. Instead of treating travel like a luxury to afford after bills, I made it a non-negotiable part of my budget, just like rent or groceries. That one decision changed everything. The Lifestyle First Budget Rule. I call it the Lifestyle First Budget Rule. Here's how it works. Instead of budgeting based on obligations first, you budget around the life you actually want. That means you fund your dreams first, then design the rest of your budget to support it. So for me, every time I got paid, before I even touched the money, I put 20% straight into a separate savings account labeled Travel Freedom. That's it. No apps. No complicated spreadsheets. Just an automatic transfer the moment I got paid. Even when I earned just $2,800 a month, I still moved around $560 into that account every month. 6 months later, I had over $300 saved, and that's what funded my trips to Thailand, Portugal, and Costa Rica. The 3-bucket travel budget system. Here's how I broke my income down using this rule. Freedom bucket, 15 to 25%, travel, experiences, personal goals. Foundation bucket, 50-60%. Rent, food, bills, essentials, future bucket, 20-30%. Savings, investments, emergency fund. The key? The freedom bucket comes first, not last. Once you commit to funding your life goals up front, you begin naturally adjusting the rest. You cook more, cancel random subscriptions, stop impulse buying all without feeling deprived because you know what you're working toward. This budgeting rule gave my finances direction. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was intentionally funding the life I wanted. How I traveled without sacrificing comfort. Let me be clear, I didn't backpack through Europe eating crackers and sleeping in train stations. I traveled smart, not cheap. Here's how I stretched my budget like a pro. Used flexible search tools like Google Flights and Skyscanner, Explore to find $300 round-trip flights. Traveled off-season to avoid tourist markups. Slow-traveled staying in places for 2 to 4 weeks instead of hopping around every few days. Booked Airbnbs with kitchens, which let me cook 70% of my meals. Used travel credit cards to stack points and access free flights and lounges. Freelanced 2 to 3 hours a day remotely to earn while exploring. I didn't need 10K to see the world. I just needed a system that worked with my income and a commitment to doing things differently. Why this works, even if you're not good with money. This rule forces you to put purpose into your money. Most people let life spend their money for them. Rent, groceries, impulse buys, random Amazon hauls. Then they hope there's something left for travel. But when you give every dollar a job and put your dreams at the top of the priority list, everything changes. You stop asking, can I afford this? And start asking, how can I afford this? That shift alone is powerful. The Lifestyle First Budget Rule. Let me live my dream on my terms. And if it worked for me, it can work for you too. Start small. $100 a month. $10 a week. Whatever you can manage, but make it sacred. Make it intentional. Because travel doesn't have to be someday. It can be this year with the right strategy. Drop a comment. And remember this. You weren't born to just work, pay bills, and scroll through other people's adventures. You can live yours too without going broke. You just need to budget for the life you actually want.